Happy 4th, everyone, and welcome back to her Gypsy Rebel podcast. I have been slacking, and when I say I've been slacking, I've been just super busy, and I want to make this podcast so my priority. And yet, I've been to New York, I've played a show, which was so amazing. Otto's Daughter is my band, and we've been on and off. I'm gonna be a little bit rude and put my glasses on. Otto's Daughter has been my band, and every time I'm on stage, I feel I am so home again. And so there were so many things going on. I was staying with my guitar player and his girlfriend, and then my mom came in from Germany. So there's been just like a lot of things happening. And I think making excuses, I'm not even making an excuse. I am just saying that sometimes we get busy, and I think we are so trained to beat ourselves up if we don't do what we said we're going to do, if things happen and something gets changed, or you're a little bit behind. And that's how I felt, and I felt really sad and frustrated, and also thinking, oh my god, I gotta make a podcast now. And then I realized all I have to do is just breathe in and explain my situation and come back when I'm ready. So I wanted to make a mini episode because it was and still is Balt's birthday. Balti, say hello. Balti, say hello. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my little stinker. Happy birthday to Balt. Normally he sings with me. I'm at the campground, and since I'm on my phone, this is my current view. This is where we currently live. We are set up here. There's Zeke, our camper. My mom's inside, and this is my little gazebo, so I don't get bitten by bugs. And have a bit more freedom to not be. The bugs love me so much. So anyway, I wanted to just share this because I think a lot of us fall into the trap of, oh my god, I didn't do that again. We can always start over. Every day is a chance to start over. And of course now people are being loud. And this is so raw because I am actually, like I said, outside in the campground. My mom is inside, and there's people all over. It's 4th of July. I love this campground because it's really quiet usually. It's not the most popular campground, but for locals it's kind of fun. And I love, love, love the view, waking up with the view of the lake. And in a way, I really love today's episode for the simple reason that life gets busy. Life gets so noisy sometimes. And it's so easy for us to wanting to do everything perfect, to start over. I'm not going to even probably edit much of this because I want to be an example, a leader in a sense, to show you that it's okay. Not everybody's going to agree. Not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody does it the way you want to do it or you are doing it. And that's what makes you so unique and special. Because when you are keeping it real, I used to be so, oh God, I don't look good today. I'm not even wearing any makeup right now. And you know what? That's fine. That's who I am. That's another part of me. I love wearing makeup. I love getting all dolled up for my shows. Obviously, that's my kind of brand, Otto's Daughter, even as a solo artist. But being real, I think, is an art that is coming back, and an art that is being appreciated. Because when we used to watch all these celebrities, they always look perfect, they sound perfect, but everything is so scripted. And life is not scripted. Life happens. Things happen. And sometimes we just don't look good, or we don't feel good, or we just not in the mood even. And I know there's always a saying, yeah, even if you're not in the mood, just do it, right? But I don't subscribe to that anymore, because I feel that sometimes we just need a break. Sometimes we just need to make sure that our nervous system is being nurtured, that our mind is being taken care of, mainly meditation or going for a walk, and just really unplugging for a minute and letting go of thinking all the things we have to do, we need to do, because there's nothing we need to do. And now that my mom is here, it's actually very interesting, because I've been working on myself and doing a lot of inner work on my beliefs, my programs from my childhood, from my past, and talking to my mom, I can see that certain beliefs, certain habits that I don't like in myself came from that. Of course, she's my mom, right? So it's interesting how her belief systems are and how certain things she's really open-minded, and I'm learning to accept that. I'm learning to let that go, to forgive, and to realize that I am not a victim. I can change my beliefs. I can change the way I operate. I am not my parents. I am not my past. I am right here, right now, and I am in control of my destiny. A lot of people blame others on their circumstances. I'm not happy because of this, of her, of him, or what they've done to me. And while I agree, there's a lot of trauma often that we, just grew up with, and sometimes it's even hidden trauma. I've definitely peeled the layers and have realized there's little trauma here and there, and that is also normal, because the most important thing is our awareness to how much we've grown, or how far we've come, to even see that, to acknowledge that, to say, you know what, I really don't like that part of myself, and why am I operating from that mindset? Why am I operating from that place? It could be envy, it could be jealousy, it could be anger, it could be insecurities, abandonment issues, all that kind of stuff. And I encourage everyone listening to this who may be aware of it and may be in a spot where they feel like, I don't really know how to deal with it or how to solve it. I don't think we solve necessarily things, but it's just like if you have a wound, right? It doesn't heal from in one overnight. So you just clean it, you put lotion or whatever you have to put on it to make it heal, and let it heal, allow it to heal. What most of us do is we keep peeling it back over and over again. It keeps bleeding, it starts bleeding again, and over again, so it never gets solved, so to speak. And when I say this, maybe not solving, and correct me if I'm wrong, I just feel that we don't need to necessarily solve, but we have to manage, right? Sometimes we just have to manage. Okay, I'm falling into this trap again. We are we operate from habits, we operate from old beliefs, we are programmed in a way, whether or not we like hearing it. So, but I can now reprogram myself. Instead of having limiting beliefs around money, which I've had for a long time, I can tell myself there's enough for everyone to go around. Or limiting beliefs around love, that no, you're not lovable. You are lovable, but maybe you have been picking the same partner over and over again. So once we become aware of that, then we can really ask ourselves questions and dig a little bit deeper, because most of us don't do that. And that was really interesting. I was talking to my mom, and I wanted her to just become a bit more aware of why, picking her brain, why she is the way she is, and figuring out why certain things that I've adapted, why they are what they are. And it doesn't even matter why and how. What matters is being aware and letting that go and working on that. And it's not a process that happens overnight. But then she shared with me that she often can't things let go. And I said, well, what kind of things? Because you are actually retired. So what are you worried about? You don't have a job. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to say, answer to anyone. And so it's interesting. I suggested to her, ask yourself those questions by journaling. Ask yourself, why can't I let go of something? Why is my mind so restless? What is actually bothering me? Because for me, sometimes and women more so than men, I would say, we deal with a lot of hormonal changes. So of course, sometimes we just really don't know why. We just want to cry. We just feel sad. We just want to let it out, let it go, and just feel overwhelmed. It just happens. But journaling to me has become such a powerful tool. And taking the class, I'm taking a class with Kathy Haller, and I'm so surrounded by so many amazing women. Not only a lot of these women have achieved so much in their lives, but they also, even though they're at a high level of success, they still haven't figured certain things out, and they still working through issues that you would think they have it all together. So we are a work in progress, always and forever, because you never really get there. What does it even mean getting there, right? When I get here, then I probably want to get to the next level and to the next level. So it's just been a really interesting journey. And doing this podcast, every time I think about the podcast, and I've been slacking on inviting guests, and everybody's kind of been busy, and it's really on me, it's not on them. I've been just not as organized as I could have been. And so, but every time I think about the podcast, I really realize how important this is to me, to share the message, to connect with other people, and to help one another, because we are not in this together. And I love when somebody says something that resonates with me, where I'm thinking, oh my God, she is going through the same thing. How amazing. And then you can share and help each other, because even though you are going through the same thing, you might have an answer for the other person. Because let's face it, it's always easier to help someone else than yourself, because oftentimes you can't see because you're so deep in it, you cannot see. But someone from the outside can, like, it's so obvious to them. They're like, why don't you do this, right? So I wanted to share that. And a little meditation or a little affirmation might just be, I am exactly where I need to be, and I am in control always. Woo! The roof almost blew off, and the funny thing is, I am in this gazebo. Is this even a gazebo? I don't know what you really call it. But I put it together myself, but I did it haphazardly, because I get stubborn, so I just put it together, but not the way it's supposed to be. So the roof almost came off, but I just fixed it. So I want to make this a little interactive, and I want to invite you to not only ask yourself questions, okay, where am I in this point of my life, and what is really kind of bothering me, or what would I love to really change? And then ask yourself that question: how would it feel if I was in that big mansion, if I had that perfect partner, if I had the perfect work, if I would be doing the perfect work that fulfills me, that gets my bank account filled up and makes me just feel really, really good. So in the comments, please tell me how you feel. Tell me what you are currently going through, and maybe how I can help you solve it, and maybe give you some advice. I've learned a lot through my life. I've gone through many changes. I've started over many times, escaping East Germany, being in Hanover, leaving Hanover, starting over in New York, where I didn't really speak English that well, but I knew I was home. From New York, going to Los Angeles, and eventually letting everything go and kind of being homeless for a while, and just traveling the US with my dog, Balti, and with all my belongings in my car, and just visiting friends, and now being here at this beautiful spot in Michigan, up north in Michigan, Mackinac City, between Mackinac City and Sheboygan. And it's just so gorgeous. It's always something that I kind of wanted to do. And I realized I'm living this, right? Is this forever? Probably not, but this is where I want to be right now, right here. So ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself these questions and let me know. And also, if you haven't yet, share this with someone who might benefit from hearing this. And also subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you would like to be on my show, be my guest, please contact me, jackvanby@gmail.com. And I do offer services, Kundalini Yoga teaching. I have actually Kundalini course available on my website, Pink Star Music, as well as my declutter course, as well as some beautiful shawls. So these are all my pitches. This podcast is definitely sponsored by me at this moment, and I appreciate all the support I can get, and I would love to help you whether it's decluttering. And to me, the declutter business, the Kundalini yoga, they all go hand in hand, because when you are decluttering your space, it's not just decluttering your space, it's decluttering your mind, it's decluttering your life. And Kundalini, in a way, is the same thing. You're decluttering all the garbage that is in your mind, that is in your head, that is in your body oftentimes, where trauma gets stuck. So by movement, meditation, and mantra, you are removing, and it's all energy, right? So you're moving the energy and you're removing certain blocks from your body. And it's same thing, it's an ongoing process. It's not you do yoga a couple times and then everything is solved, right? So I hope you enjoyed this very short episode, and happy 4th of July. Celebrate your freedom. And when I think of freedom, I escaped East Germany because I did not feel free. I wasn't free. I couldn't travel. I couldn't speak my mind. And I know we live in a world now where the political situation is crazy. But you know what? I don't even pay attention to that anymore, because freedom means when I'm in control of the things that I can control, then I'm in control. You are in control of your thoughts, you are in control of your actions, you're in control of the people you surround yourselves with. So there's a lot of things you have control over. And politics, and for example, politics, don't worry about that. Other people, don't worry about them, because you can't control other people's actions, but you can remove yourself from them, from those situations. I hope this helped, and this is it for now. Subscribe, hit like, leave me a message. Let me know how you're feeling, what you're currently going through, what you've experienced, and maybe what has helped you, what tools have helped you to reach the next level in your life, in your happiness, in your journey to living a beautiful, fulfilling life. I love you so much, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.